Hey guys, this week for Weapons Wednesday, we're going to test out the durability of these solid metal nunchucks, and we're going to look at some other weapons we just added to the KarateMart.com website. But before we begin, if you could just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So last week, you guys had your choice of 5 different weapons you could choose from to survive a horror movie. And you had so many excellent choices, but you guys went ahead to the community tab and voted for your favorite, and you guys voted for the hammered steel katana. Such an excellent choice. I absolutely love this katana. I think it's so awesome. The T10 tool steel is just perfect. So if you didn't check out that video, definitely go back and check it out. But this week, Amanda actually went back into the warehouse and chose 5 new items for us to review. So without further ado, Amanda, what is our first item?
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, wow. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, so this is called the Tactical Combat Dagger. I guess it comes in a variety of different colors. So let's just pull one of these out. Oh, this is interesting. That's pretty cool looking. Oh, wow. That's pretty neat. Okay, so first off, this is kind of a different type of knife, almost like a hybrid style of knife. Very interesting looking. So I guess if we look at the case appears to be made out of some sort of ABS plastic, but it feels pretty solid. I actually like that. It looks like it's got a clip back here, which could be used to be connected to your belt, and then you could use this to tie it around your leg. But also, this is small enough that it actually just fit nicely in your pocket too. So personally, if I were to buy this, I'd probably just take out this cord here, put it in my pocket, and just kind of use the pocket clip on there. So let's see how that works. Okay, so I got it in my pocket. If I need it, I just kind of grab that ring right there, and out it comes. That's pretty nice. I actually like how convenient that is. Pretty nice. All right, so let's look at the grip on this thing. So I guess the way this is designed, it's kind of designed to be more of a throwing knife and also just a standard dagger style knife. So if I was to hold this, I would probably go in a forward grip because we've got this really nice ergonomic handle here, which would be nice for your fingers. But then there's a false edge up on the top of the blade, which allows it to fit really nicely into my thumb. So I've got a good thumb groove there for very solid control. I actually like that a lot. Let's also try it in reverse grip. Yeah, it's very comfortable in reverse grip too. I actually like that. Let's see. Let's try it in extended grip. Yeah, that's not going to work for extended grip though. The way that this handle is designed, you're going to end up hurting your fingers just because that's just not designed quite right for extended grip. If you try to slice with it, it's just going to end up hurting your fingers. So I'd stick to reverse grip or forward grip on this knife, but super comfortable in those grips. And I also love how this is designed to be thrown as well. It's actually just like a kunai knife. Balance is pretty nice on this. I could actually throw it really well. There's a video in the past I did where I kind of showed how to throw throwing knives. The style I like to use is called the military half spin. So you kind of just throw it like that and let it spin about halfway and stick to its target. So we'll definitely have to test that out to see how well this thing can be thrown. But if we take a closer look at this, we can see that it is a combo edge blade. We actually have the serration down here, which would be nice if we were like in the woods and we had to cut rope or something. But then we've also got a straight edge up here, which is actually really sharp, and the tip is super sharp, so that's nice. So this knife is definitely designed to be more of a stabbing type of knife than a slicing knife, but I think it would actually work pretty nicely in both ways. So the overall weight is approximately 2.5 ounces, which is about perfect for a knife like this because it's going to be used as a tactical blade as well as a throwing knife. So I wouldn't want it much lighter than that, and I really wouldn't want it much heavier than that. So that's actually about perfect. The length is approximately 7.5 inches, and the blade length is approximately 3 inches. And we actually have 4 other colors that it's available in. It comes in this gold color, which is pretty sweet. I actually like that a lot. Very reflective, especially if we're going to be using these as throwing knives. That's really nice how reflective that is. And then we also have this desert camo version. That's pretty cool because the sheath is actually desert camo too. Pretty neat. Oh, wow. That's cool. I like that. And I also really like how you deploy these blades. Like they're just in your pocket. You pull it out and you got it ready for you. So I actually like that a lot. I think it's pretty cool. Then we have, looks like this is a gray color. Wow, that is really sleek looking. I actually like that a lot. Really cool. And then we've got a Damascus color. That's neat. I actually like that too. That's really cool. But you guys actually want to see me try throwing these things. So I don't think I have room in here to do it. You know what? I'm just going to pause the camera and set up the room a little bit differently so we can actually try throwing one of these. So 1 second. All right, so I set up this enormous watermelon on top of the Wing Chun dummy, and that'll give me a pretty good target to throw at. So I'm going to go back about this far, which is roughly around 10 feet. I'm going to try using that military half spin method and see how nicely this knife is balanced. I absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl. All right, so as you can see, you can definitely throw it at things, but it is a little bit light and a little more difficult to throw than some of the other throwing knives I've worked with. So I would definitely suggest that you practice with it quite a bit so you can get good with it. But I want to go ahead and try slicing some things with this. So let's go ahead and take this outside and actually slice some stuff. All right, let's do it. Well, that was a lot of fun. This Tactical Combat Dagger is an awesome knife. I absolutely love it for tactical purposes. I loved it for throwing. Very cool knife. The only downside I could see with it is when I was deploying it from its sheath, it was very difficult to pull it out and actually maneuver it over to forward grip mode. So I didn't like that. So whenever you saw me slicing, I was always doing it in reverse grip or I was stabbing with it. But let's go ahead and put this away and move on to our next item. All right, Amanda, what do you got next for me?
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, a big one. Let's see what this is. Okay, we've got a big one here. Oh, wow. Okay. I like how you hooked the paper onto this one. That's cool. All right, so this is called the Dread Pirate Katana. Ooh, I like that name. I think Dread Pirate's from Princess Bride, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, what a great name for a katana. So let's see what this looks like. It's got to be some sort of themed katana. Oh, look at that. All right, so if you're a pirate fan, you're going to love this katana. Very, very cool. I actually like that. That's really awesome. Let's take a closer look at this blade. All right, so this is made from a 1045 carbon steel, which 1045 is on the low end of the high carbon steel blades, which is going to be fine for 90% of people. But if you're looking for a really high-end sword, you're going to want to consider a 1060 or a 1095 carbon steel, or even a tool steel or a spring steel. But this is going to be great for most people. If we look closer at the blade, we can see that the Hamon line was actually added for aesthetic purposes. The Suba is awesome on this thing. I absolutely love the Suba. It's got such a cool skull and crossbone design. That's probably made out of a zinc aluminum, but it looks just stunning. I actually like how sleek it looks, and then those golden skulls are just awesome. And then if we look at the Suka, we can see that the Suka is actually wrapped with some sort of synthetic leather. I actually really like that look. It looks amazing. Below the wrap, we can see that there is a synthetic rayskin, but it looks really nice. And synthetic rayskin is actually becoming a lot more popular nowadays for conservation purposes. Then if we look really closely at that Suka, we can see that there is some sort of Manuki in there, some sort of golden Manuki. It might be a dragon. It might actually be some sort of sea monster. I can't really tell, but it looks really cool. I just have a feeling it might be a sea monster because this is like a pirate katana, which would be really cool. So I like that. If you're into pirates, you can't beat this. I mean, that looks so cool. And then if we look at the scabbard, we can see that the scabbard is a wooden scabbard, but it's got some sort of synthetic leather wrap on there with these little skull and crossbones in it. And that synthetic leather has actually been stitched on top of the wood. So That's really cool. I mean, that's little details that I think are so neat. So if you're a pirate fan, this katana is just awesome. I absolutely love it. I think it's so cool. And it's got the shoulder strap too. So if you want to wear it on your back, that's super cool. I kind of like that. Looks like the sword weight is approximately 2 pounds, 3 ounces. And then the sword with the scabbard weight is approximately 2 pounds, 13 ounces. The sword length is approximately 39 inches, and the blade length is approximately 28 inches. And it includes this black cloth bag for easy storage, so that's kind of nice. Actually, a really cool sword at a very good price. So I actually like this a lot. But let's go ahead and take this outside and actually try striking something with it. All right, let's do it. Well, that was so much fun. I don't think you guys realize how much fun I have actually slicing things up with these swords and weapons. I absolutely love this sword. I think it's so cool. And if you're into pirates, definitely check it out. It's called the Dread Pirate Katana. So very, very cool. Well, let's go ahead and put that away and move on to our next weapon. All right, Amanda, what do you have next for me?
Here you go.
Thank you. All right, what do we have here? Okay, and our next weapon is the Rugged Combat Cleaver. Ooh, we haven't done a lot of cleavers on Weapons Wednesday. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so it's definitely a cleaver knife. That's pretty interesting. And then I noticed the jimping up here first thing, which tells me that it's actually a tactical cleaver. We have a lot of control with this. Ooh, that's nice. So generally, you'd see this kind of thing in like a kitchen setting, but cleavers are actually a really good weapon as well because they've got this corner up here that's super sharp. In fact, I think I have a piece of fabric over here. Yeah, I've got this piece of fabric from the other week. Just kind of hang that over the Wing Chun dummy, and I'm just going to slice it really quick with the tip. I don't know if you can see that on camera. But yeah, look how easily that just cut through all those layers of fabric. It actually cut into the wood right there too. So that little tip right there is going to be so sharp, it's just going to slice through anything. So I love that about it. So the blade is made from a 440 stainless steel, which generally I'm not a huge fan of 440 stainless steel, but when it's on a blade this thick, it's actually still fairly effective. And then the fact that this is actually a kitchen knife, it makes a lot of sense because 440 stainless steel is very corrosion resistant. So in a kitchen setting, it's actually a good metal to use. We can see that the handle is actually a wood handle. I can't tell what type of wood that is. I'm going to guess that's either a zebra wood or a pack of wood, but it looks really nice and it feels really nice too. Just feels nice and smooth. So I actually like that about it. And it gives us kind of like a rustic look. So I think that's pretty cool. We've got this hole right in the middle of the blade, which you see that a lot on cleavers. It's just kind of an iconic thing that you see on cleavers where they use to hang up in their kitchen. They'll just kind of hang it up on their knife rack. So that's pretty cool. We can also see that there's a lanyard hole right in the pommel there. So if we wanted to add a wrist strap to it, that would be awesome. The blade itself has a stonewash finish, which I absolutely love that. I think it looks so pretty. Let's see how sharp. Oh man, that's super sharp blade. So that's pretty awesome. It looks like it weighs approximately 14.5 ounces. So that's a really nice weight for this. Actually, feels really comfortable in my hand. The overall length is approximately 12 inches and the blade length is approximately 7 3/8 inches. It's got a full tang blade. You can see that. It goes right through the handle all the way. So that's going to be pretty solid. And then it comes with this nylon sheath with a belt loop. And that nylon sheath is actually like a super heavy duty, durable nylon sheath. And I like seeing that, especially with knives that are really sharp like this, because you don't want the blade going through the sheath. So that's pretty awesome. Nothing really else to say about this, but I want to test it out. After seeing how easily it went through that fabric, I want to test it out. I mean, it's going to go through that like nothing. But let's take this outside and actually slice some stuff with it. All right, let's do it. Holy cow. Look at my pants. I'm like covered in soda. And I have to work the rest of the day like this, so that's not cool. This thing is awesome, though. I actually really like it. It's so sharp on that tip, and it sliced through that soda bottle so wonderfully. So what a cool little weapon. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and put this away, and let's move on to something else. All right, Amanda, what do you got next for me?
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, and our next item is the Big Boy Stiletto. Okay, these are cool. I've seen these before. Okay, so it looks like we've got one with a wooden handle, and then we've got one with a synthetic mother of pearl handle. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at this guy. So we carry a ton of different stilettos, but this one is clearly bigger than the other ones. Oh, wow, that spring assist was actually super awesome on this thing. I'm surprised by how big of a blade this is. And it's really comfortable in my hand. I guess because it's so large, it almost feels like I'm carrying a machete or something. I actually like that a lot. So it does look like this is a 3CR13 stainless steel blade, which isn't my favorite steel, but it is corrosion resistant. So that's kind of nice. The handle looks like it's made out of some sort of pack of wood, but that looks really classy. Like I actually like the look of that. It looks really cool. And then this one, it's got that kind of acrylic synthetic mother of pearl on there, which looks pretty cool too. I actually like that a lot. Oh, wow. The spring assist on these guys is great. Really, really awesome. It looks like we've got a pocket clip on that side. Let's see how that fits in my pocket. Let's see. It's so big that, no, it actually, for me, it fits just perfectly. I like that. That's nice. And then it opens up just beautifully. So I actually really like that. So we can see that we've got a false edge on this side of the blade. And the tip is super sharp, super sharp. The blade itself is really sharp. I like that a lot about it. Let's see, the open length is approximately 13 inches. The blade length is approximately 5 3/4 inches. And the closed length is approximately 7 inches. The weight is approximately 7.5 ounces. The weight is beautiful on these things. It actually feels really comfortable. I like it a lot. Not much else to say about it. Let's So that's kind of what the stilettos are known for. Because of that spear point blade on there, it just stabs so beautifully. I bet it can chop well too. Yeah, I mean, that chops really nicely too, but definitely more of a stabbing type knife. I mean, look how nicely that stabs. It's absolutely perfect. I like that. So really, really cool little weapon. Can you imagine having 2 of these things? So awesome. I love this. They're so big. So cool. All right, well, there's not really much else to say about them. Let's go ahead and put those away and go on to our next weapon. All right, Amanda, what do you have next for me?
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Okay, and our last weapon is the solid aluminum hexagon nunchucks. Yes, I love these. They are so nice. So these are handmade in America by a company called Combative. Such a beautiful piece of work here. I absolutely love these. These are solid aluminum, so they're really, really heavy. They weigh approximately 1 pound, 13 ounces. So these are definitely not for beginners. So if you're a beginner thinking about buying them, buy a pair of foam chucks first. Maybe a pair of rattan chucks. These can come later on. I love these things though. They're so good because if you can get good with a pair of nunchucks that are this heavy, think how fast you're gonna be when you go back to something lighter. So these things are so awesome for that. So they are machined from a solid piece of aluminum. We can see that they've got these grip lines in there. So you're gonna have a solid grip of your nunchucks, which is really awesome. Each handle is approximately 10 inches long, and the chain is approximately 5.5 inches long. And then we've got these really heavy-duty ball-bearing swivels on there, which is really nice. And they have to be heavy-duty for nunchucks this heavy. So very, very awesome. Just make sure you check your local laws on any weapons that you buy, especially nunchucks, because the laws are pretty strict on these kind of things. So definitely check your local laws. But I actually want to test them out a little bit. There's not a lot of room in here, unfortunately. I think I'm going to move the desk really quick. All right, there we go. Now I have a little bit more room, but let's actually see how well they swing. So even though they're that heavy, I can still swing them fairly nicely. I wish I had more room to actually hit something. Let's go ahead and take these outside and actually strike something with them. All right, let's do it. That was so awesome. I know that was a bit extreme to test these out on concrete, but I really wanted to test out their durability and make sure that they're going to last even through hard abuse like that. And they held up just beautifully. But definitely do not try that at home because that was super dangerous. I wanted to wear safety glasses just to protect myself. I had Amanda so far away because I did not want her getting hurt. Don't try that at home. But I'm really glad to know that these things held up so nicely. They did end up with some scratching on them from hitting the concrete. But the nice thing about solid aluminum is you can just take some Scotch-Brite or some steel wool and just shine that right up again, which is really awesome. So these things are spectacular, especially considering they're a handmade weapon in the United States. Super awesome. But make sure you go to the community tab and vote for which weapon you like best this week. That way we'll have a better idea of what you want to see more of in the future. But if you have any questions on these or any of the other weapons I showed off in this video, definitely leave them in the comments below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel and check out KarateMart.com because we've got all sorts of really awesome weapons on there. But until next week, we'll see you Weapons Wednesday.